Thanks a lot for the introduction, and I'm very happy to be part of this conference again. I'm looking forward to it all year. And today I'm going to present on behalf of my colleagues at EMD Serono and Merck KGaA. And it's going to be about the risk-based assessment of our packages within the company. And with this talk, we would like to seek feedback from the community, because a critical look from you may prevent us having issues like when it actually comes to an agency interaction. And I think sharing this is like really, really important for the in context of being in an open source space. So all these things obviously didn't happen in a vacuum, and this work is heavily built on the work by the R Validation Hub. And I also want to thank Colleen for introducing the topic from the Roche perspective. So this is the abstract and the outline, but let's jump directly into the contents. So Colleen already pointed out some regulatory requirements. I'm just quoting one FDA glossary, which refers to validation as establishing documented evidence which provides a high degree of assurance that a specific process consistently produces a product meeting its predetermined specification and quality attributes. So in this talk, we focus on the assessment of the accuracy of our packages. Rather, we obviously have also the reproducibility and traceability part as the system behind. And also, I would like to point out, as we are focusing here on R, this framework technically can be also generalized to other programming languages. So, for the R package validation hub, we still call it validation. It's part of a process of basically validating the quality outputs of statistical analyses, right? So the main objective is essentially guiding the user how much effort they need to put into a QC of the output. And that obviously also depends on what the analysis is going to be used for. We have structured it in 3 levels. The core CRAN packages, which is based on recommended packages, and there's a general acceptance that there is a minimal risk and a high confidence that these are doing what they're supposed to do, also very nicely using the documentation published by the R Foundation. The second level would be Merck add-on packages, and that would be a set of CRAN packages that we consider to be for which we have a high confidence in accuracy. So we have sufficient documented evidence to establish that trustworthiness. And finally, we have other R packages which are available for the users, but they are expected to put more effort into ensuring that the QC and everything is properly fulfilled. So it would be like a larger amount of effort that would be used so that the output is reproduced depending on what the purpose of the analysis is, obviously. So this would be the hard piece. So it's just outlining the diagram on what the algorithm would look like. So first, there's some installation qualification. And if this thing is successful, including the execution of all available tests, the package would be made available to the end user. And then, so going into level 3. Just these other packages. And then we would have that automated risk assessment, which consists of 2 dimensions. One is the test coverage, and the other one is the Riskmetric Score. And if the test coverage is high, above 50, and the risk is low, below 50, the package would be automatically and fairly straightforward, being promoted to the Merck add-on standard package level 2. If that is not automatically being promoted there is still the possibility of getting that high confidence of package accuracy through that explicit risk assessment that might be different one by one. So all these things are also integrated in developing a validation plan that is documenting that risk assessment and the test cases that are executed. So let me give you some more details about the Riskmetric Score. It is calculated as a weighted average of a selected risk metrics of interest and corresponding weights of importance. So it is a fairly high weight of, high weight for the code coverage, which includes not only unit testing, but also, which is supposed to also includes examples and vignettes. 15% would go into good software development practices like maintenance, public code base, news file, and bug resolution is also, in a way, software development practices. But having a URL and a status of bugs being resolved or not is obviously something very useful to know. And community usage, so how much did you download a particular package over the last year? Because we believe that if a package is downloaded frequently, it is more likely to have a high quality. If you don't like what a package is doing, you most likely are not going to download it again with your next R version. So having that gives you obviously a better idea as well. Usability metrics, because most of the bugs probably happen just by the user in the end, because documentation and help and a good vignette really helps you to avoid these user errors by the end. And yes, we are very aware that those risk metric components are not independent, but wiggling around a little bit with the weights here and there, we overall found the score to be very robust. Since I'm a statistician and I was asked to find a threshold, we actually derived it based on a receiver operating characteristic curve analysis, which is normally used to evaluate binary classification methods. So here we had 61 packages available for which manual assessment has been performed previously, and we consider that to be the a good standard of reference. And given this databases, we then found an optimal threshold at 50 with improved the overall specificity to 88.5%. And in the next steps, we are looking into empirically evaluating that threshold using another test set of packages. And we would be very thankful to have your feedback. So please reach out to me and give me your feedback and let me know with a critical sense what you're thinking. Thank you.